if I could tell you that if I knew just one fact about you at the 90% level of confidence, I could know whether you were going to be an admired leader or an admired colleague? Would you be interested in that? I think so. I'm Dr. John Izzo. I'm in the business of conversations that make the difference. And today I'd like to talk to you about something I call the magic number. You see, it turns out that studies at places like the University of Michigan in positive psychology have shown that if I know just one number about you, I'm pretty much going to know whether you're going to be admired or not. Here's that one number. It turns out if somebody followed you around all day long with a numerical clicker in their right and left hand, and every time you made a positive, optimistic comment, someone clicked their left hand. How are you this morning? I'm fantastic. How was the meeting? It was great. How do you feel about the change happening in our organization? Well, you know, it's challenging, but I think we're going to get through it. Every time you made a negative or pessimistic comment, how are you this morning? I'm tired. How was the meeting? Well, it's not so good. How do you feel about the change? Well, you know, it's always one thing after another around here. Click your left hand. It turns out that in these studies, we know that if your ratio is anything less than about 5 positive optimistic comments to 1 negative pessimistic comment, at the 90% level of confidence, I will know you won't be admired as a leader. It mirrors other fascinating studies done, such as a LinkedIn survey in which they asked 17,000 people all over the world, what are your biggest pet peeves about your colleagues at work? And it turns out the second biggest pet peeve all over the world were people who complain and are negative all the time. It mirrors research among great teachers that shows that the one quality all teachers we identify as great teachers have is that they are passionate and enthusiastic. In other words, we want to be around positive, optimistic people who make us feel good about the world. Now, some of you are thinking, because I can read your mind even though I can't see you, you're thinking, well, does that mean I have to be phony? No, here's what it means to me. It means that every moment we have a choice to look on the bright side and communicate that, or to look on the negative side and communicate that. And what we need to know is every time we choose to be negative or in complaining mode, we're literally killing our brand. And if you're a formal leader, it literally could predict whether people will follow you or not. Now, if you think this isn't worth listening to, I'll give you one more little tidbit. The biggest studies ever done on long-term happy marriages, and I think you'll agree with me, if you're going to be married, a long-term happy one is better than a long-term miserable one. So the single best predictor of a long-term happy marriage in the biggest studies done is about a 5 or 6 to 1 positive to negative ratio in terms of the comments you make to each other every single day. I'm Dr. John Izzo. I'm in the business of conversations that make the difference. And I'd like to challenge you to ask yourself, am I really at that 5 to 1? Am I conveying that positive, optimistic persona every day as a leader and in my life and work? Not only is it good for your brand, pretty good chance it'll make a difference for the people around you. So we'd love to hear your comments at the bottom of this page. How are you living the magic number? What have you noticed about the things that make a difference for you to stay positive and optimistic? And we'd love to hear from you.